Welcome to season 2 of Remnant Gamers.
This segment has been brought to you by, of course, the Squirt Inquisitor 7000. It ain't the gun that squirts. It's Goat Roper.
This podcast is brought to you by Goat Roper.
Well, I like watching corn.
He likes watching it get shucked. Well, them damn corn shuckers. They at it again.
Corn shuckers.
Down there shucking in the fields.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Hashtag corn shuckers.
Can we get like a Golden Corral simulator game?
Golden Corral sim.
It starts off when you go into Golden Corral and you're like, can I get some mashed potatoes? And the lady's like, ain't no more mashed potatoes, baby, just green beans and corn. And you're like, fuck this, I'm opening my own restaurant. The moose bathwater.
Moose bathwater. It's just a turd in a thimble. Moose is in the Techno Void. Lat has got a camera and a mic that work almost 50% of the time. Yano cleaned up his room, and Chibi is now exactly in sync with her video.
I'm just
I didn't ask to get called out like this.
God. Did I sum that up too well?
Oh, you hit the nail on the head, my man.
That's a big reach.
Nico Dasani.
Nico Dasani.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Silver Monkey.
Alright, we all have that issue with the flying peni, you know?
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. They're just fucking everywhere,
It's worse than locusts, honestly.
But you know what you can do? All you have to do is get the floating thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yes. See, what you do is you get this magical kite that just takes it for you.
Choking 8-year-olds and power bottom and pigeons over here.
I need my safety gear on for this.
You just have to get your mouth guard and you'll be fine.
Here, son, bite down on this. It's easier if you don't clench.
Just take a deep breath and it'll be over in 2 seconds.
Oh, so that's where I was wondering where those copper tubes went.
Oh no, I've had these on me. I don't know where the other copper tubes went.
All I know is I put 3 copper tubes in the storage. You built a wall storage and looked at it, and now the copper tubes are missing from the ship's storage. That's all I know.
What are you trying to say, Moose?
What
are you trying to say, Moose?
I'm trying to say one of us is a copper tube stealing some bitch, and I'm saying that man ain't me. Alright.
Burger!
Oh.
Take burger!
I'm gonna put cheese on it.
Take!
I'm putting cheese on it.
Doesn't need cheese!
It does need cheese.
Burger!
Take these dirty please. I'm making another cheeseburger.
Serve this. Serve this.
Serve that.
Serve this. Serve this.
Now the cheeseburger. Now we need another cheeseburger.
I'm gonna hurt someone.
Hello.
What's up, people?
We have back-to-back raiders at the start of our stream. Mikey and
Thanks.
Blade.
Very nice.
Yellow, thank you.
Very much thank yous indeed.
Welcome to Remnant Gamer Podcast episode. I lost counts.
We somewhere.
We're somewhere. We're like a week away from 75.
I believe
Something
so.
like that. Let's mute it, so we'll never know what his response is to it.
Yeah. Oh well.
He just went, I'm muted?
Like this is my life now.
See the look in his face.
Where have I gone wrong? Let's try turning it on and turning it back off again. Or opposite of that. Do that in the opposite order.
Yes.
Didn't want to.
There you are.
Hey!
Nice.
Beautiful. Great time.
I must apologize again because I've cussed you all out once more.
As always. But no one heard it, so it didn't count.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, hello, I'm Jono. Who are you people?
Zero.
I'm a puddle of mud.
Like the puddle of mud?
Like the puddle of mud.
The puddle of mud.
2 D's. And then 2 more D's because there's 2 D's in puddle. There's 4 D's.
Yo.
I saw things in 4D once. Don't recommend it.
2 double D's of mud.
2 W's worth of mud.
There you go.
From the new Monster Harem anime series, I'm sure.
It's like, I've been to a wrestling event like that before. I do recommend. And the last one is Lat.
Yes.
I thought Servo hasn't gone.
He went.
Said it right after
Yeah, he went right after me.
I must have been muted on that one too.
You had us muted and you muted yourself.
I've been hitting buttons over here. I don't know what to do.
He's over there
Story
just
of my
muting
life.
everything.
Yeah.
He's
This will
muting
glow.
someone's TV like 3 houses down. Just fuck it.
Play disclose. Let's press this. Boop.
What's
Yeah.
this button do?
Why does it say nuclear?
It's the new clear button.
Yeah.
That's how you
Why
clear
does it
things.
say
New and clear.
Escape.
Escape.
Amazing.
Quite.
Debatable.
Interesting theory.
Quite.
Yes.
Well, how are you sons of bitches, and what have you been up to?
Whoa. First of all,
Go on.
oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
No. So we're talking about my father. like that.
Yeah. Doing pretty good. I mean, I'm tired as fuck, sunburned, and tired as fuck. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty good.
Were you
Feel that.
were you out at the Springs this weekend?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. I literally got up about a little over 12 hours ago, dove twice, and then drove 3 hours, or hour and a half rather. Sorry, hour and a half home. So, yeah,
Lord.
it's been a day already.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that's a typical Sunday at the Springs for me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to it.
That's fair.
Good for you being all active and stuff.
Oh yeah. And I had students. Oh my god, you guys should have seen it at the Springs this weekend. Like yesterday was a whole different kind of clusterfuck. Like there's no place to park. There's so many people. It's just, insane.
Yep.
And then I'm diving with students, so they're all, brand new, which is normal. I'm used to that. What I'm not used to is like a bunch of kids who are all like they all want to be my best friend. They were really testing my patience. Because I'm like, we're here to dive, and they're like, they want to talk about everything else under the sun.
That sounds like so
Yeah.
much fun.
Oh yeah. And then today, there's literally too many people to even get everybody like parked in the Springs. So there was like a literal fist fight at the Springs. People fighting over fucking parking to go tubing down the river. And yeah.
That
Like,
sounds
the
entertaining
cops-
as shit.
Cops were there. Oh yeah, it was a whole production. And yeah, there's some of it I wish I could tell you guys about, but I can't. But yeah, that was the more eventful part.
That sounds wonderful. Not the testing your patients, kids and everything, but the other parts.
Yeah. But the dives were really good. The dives were very enjoyable. It was just everything in between. Tough
Can you
to
not-
deal with.
Can you not tell us because you had to murder someone?
Well, he wouldn't be
No,
able
the
to
reason
tell
I-
you that he can't tell you if he had to murder someone.
And the fact that
reason
he's
I
not
can't
telling us.
mention the other part has to do with the fact that it's related to a specific person, and that person may at some point watch the stream
Gotcha.
because they're aware of the stream. But yeah, so sorry, but that was a little part of it. The fighting, the fist fighting for parking was the highlight for sure.
There was
I've never seen so many people at the springs before. It was insane.
Honestly,
Water, they were like,
I don't understand.
you know,
Yesterday was just a clusterfuck of people everywhere. It was like I
Oh,
went out for
yeah.
like a little bit, and there was just an overwhelming amount of people that were out all at once. It was like a fucking swarm of bees in every direction that I went. Was yesterday like a special day or something? It's like the 17th means something in this country.
Eater Day.
aware of.
I don't know.
We're not calling it Beater Day. That's how you get a bunch of people out in the street just beating it.
Wank. Yeah.
I heard there was something at the stadium downtown, some Jaguar event.
Okay, so everyone was everywhere but there.
Yeah.
Right?
It seemed
Yeah,
like
I
this
heard traffic
weekend was like a
awful.
weekend of just like, yeah, traffic too,
Mhm.
just chaos.
Interesting. I wonder what the fuck happened
Like,
yesterday.
They had that baseball game yesterday. There was like a shooting outside of the stadium while
Here?
the game was going on. No, not here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would have expected it to be here, but
Right.
Oh, we don't. Do we have a baseball stadium here?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
right down the street from the footballs.
It's like, it's right across the parking lot, basically.
Yeah.
The jumbo shrimp.
Yeah, our kaiju shrimp overlords.
Hell yeah.
I keep debating on if I want to buy like a shirt specifically for that just because it's so dumb that I love it. But I'm also like, man, I liked it when we were the Suns.
Right, because baseball's never been on it with the Jacksonville Suns.
We don't
Tell
have
me
a,
you got a jingle that works with the jumbo shrimp that good.
I've never been more fishy smelling than with the Jacksonville jumbo strip.
Jacksonville's never had a gimp like the jumbo shrimp.
I don't,
That doesn't make sense.
I'm not even gonna try.
Listen, I'm just thinking of things that rhyme with shrimp, and gimp's the first thing that comes to mind.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Because he refuses to use Photoshop. I don't understand.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah,
gimp.
that's the reason.
I had a chance to play Demio with Prince Recluse.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
That went fairly well. We started off in a 2-man match, much like
Much like when we
myself
played.
and Jono, yeah. But we fared a little bit better than our match, Jono. And we had some folks join us later on.
Is it because you didn't let the rats constantly spawn more rats and swarm everything?
Yeah, we did let the rats spawn
That helps a little bit.
on this occasion. Although if that pissed you off, then fighting a rat king will extremely aggravate you because
Does he just like burst open his stomach and spit out like 12 rats every turn?
Yeah. pretty much, yeah.
Huh.
He has it's called a rat bomb, where he just a cluster of rats and then they spew everywhere.
Is there a word
And-
for a cluster of rats? Like a
yeah.
gaggle or like a murder?
Or murder of rats,
Yeah.
or is it
Like
just a
squad
pack.
of rats.
But and then once you start killing those rats, it adds +2 to his HP.
Ah, it's called
Ah.
a mischief
Is it?
Of
mischief
rats.
of rats. It is.
that makes sense.
Okay. See, I tried to look that up, and the only thing that it gave me was multiple different things talking about the Rat King, and I was like, "That's not what I wanted."
Yes, it is. That is what,
What did you type in?
What's a cluster of
curiosity.
rats called?
Oh, yeah.
The Rat King.
I typed in what is a group of rats called?
Weird how like one word changes the phrasing or
Oh, yeah.
the
I
keyword
mean,
search entirely.
It's Google knows you. It's like, oh, you're typing in about rats. He must want to know about Rat King. Like, whereas me, I'm looking up fucking etymology and shit all the time. So it's like, oh, do you want to know where it came from? It's like,
Honestly,
give me
I'm
a
surprised it
definition
didn't
of
give me
that.
recipes or something.
Like rat poison
Yeah,
because you hate rats.
yeah, absolutely. Definitely not because I want to eat them or anything.
Right.
Here's
Well, I
a
already
good
knew
recipe
that.
for how to poison them and eat them.
Yeah,
At
what
the
kind of poison is
same
safe to eat
time.
afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
How can I poison a rat and then eat it safely?
Boil the poison out of it.
Hey Google, no,
That's
that'll
So-
put me on a list somewhere.
So you got to, as if we're all not on lists somewhere for some reason.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
so you
I
got to
did.
play Divio this week. What else did you play, Lot?
I picked back up a little Genshin Impact and some Apex Legends, but not much.
And someone
like,
had his ass
Master
saved this
Gear.
week in Sea of Thieves.
I don't know who that would be because it definitely wasn't me. I was fucking them pirates up.
Mm-hmm. Somebody had a boat that was filled with water, and for some reason he couldn't access his hotbar to pull out a bucket.
My boat had taken damage. I was able to patch, but the only way I was able to patch was to access the barrel that holds the planks. I couldn't access the planks that I already held to patch, which was, I don't know, I've never had that glitch before.
He wasn't
it
able to
was
access
weird as
his
shit.
hotbar entirely, so he couldn't bucket. He couldn't just
Oh.
pull out planks immediately.
I couldn't eat fruit to
Heal.
heal, so I couldn't do any of that. And by the time Jono jumped in the game, my ship had an internal bathtub. So
That's one way to put it. I would have called it a one floor swimming pool.
that too. So he was, the only thing he did was bucket the ship. I did the rest.
Is that so?
That is so. I have it on video.
Yeah. So I definitely didn't sail it while you were fucking around, or take out the skeleton ship in the Meg immediately after we finished the mission.
That is right. That's
Okay.
also right.
All right. I'm gonna
But lo and
need to
behold-
see that VOD afterwards.
But lo and behold, I found out that the only thing I needed to do was die, and it reset my hotbar. So this whole time I stayed alive was preventing me from preventing the solution. So,
Lat. Oh, Lat.
Well, you learn. You live and you learn.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's the only thing you can do.
Well, in this case, the learning would have come from you dying.
Yeah,
It's like, or you could have died.
you die and you learn. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Life's greatest
Live and you-
lessons come from dying.
You live and you die. Wait. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you do.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
accurate,
Yeah.
accurate.
yeah. So that was all I had for this last week. Everybody,
Yeah. Weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jono or Moose.
I'm Jono.
I'm Moose.
Let's see. Just a lot of Rust. Just so much Rust, as always. It's just the staple at this point. And then the last 2 days, an epic fuck ton of Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go Fest has been going on, and it just ended. So there's been just constant catch events and then raid events that were going on today. They were basically putting every legendary back into the gyms for a 8-hour cycle. So I just sat out at the town center for 2-3 hours and caught a ton of legendaries. Because why not?
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was basically me just making up for all of the raids that I never got to do during the whole 5 years that Pokemon Go's been out.
Were there a lot of people out there?
Yeah, every single gym that I would hit on would basically be 11 to 20 people in the battles at once. So people were just out there going at like every single gym there.
Nice.
Was a good time. Was a good time.
Yeah, I know Teray and or TQ Gamer and Miss Moneypenny were out and about trying to catch some raids. Because her hairdresser plays and she invites her to all types of raids and stuff.
Nice.
So,
And then I had a wonderful storyline going on in Rust, which I wish I would have recorded just for the sake of it being entertaining. But I joined like a low population server because one of my other friends was on there, and originally I was planning on building up supplies and then just raiding her base as soon as I found it. Just be, a friendly hello. But instead I found out that there was like this person who was just a scourge of the entire server who was raiding everybody and just causing havoc and chaos. So I was like, nah, I'll put my skills to use for justice instead. Ended up building up basically in-game supplies within a day, which is very hard to do, and then destroyed this entire person and wiped him off the face of the server. It was fun. It was great. It started as an online raid, and then he got tired of it just getting like sniped in the head every time he popped out of his door. So then it turned into an offline raid. And then we just basically completely wiped the foundation of his base and erased it from the map. It was great. I enjoyed it.
So wait a minute. So once you play Rust, can you go back to the same servers?
Yeah, you can go back to the same servers. So the way that it works is like there's either weekly or monthly wipes. So they'll wipe like every base off the map. They'll wipe every like basically recipe or like blueprint that you learn for weapons, armors, anything like that. So you just restart every single month, and there's thousands of different servers that you just jump in between. So if you have one that you've already like kind of started on at the beginning of the month and you're like, well, I got a couple blueprints on there, you can just jump back to it at the end of it and be like, all right, I'll just pick back up from here.
Okay. I was going to ask, how long has this guy been the scourge of the server?
Let's see. Wipe started at the beginning of the month, so like 15 days ish. And then within 24 hours, I erased him from existence.
So Rust kind of encourages you to be a dick, huh?
A little bit.
Depends on the server too.
Yeah, there's
There's a lot of like RP friendly and like build servers and like ones that are full of like mini games and fun stuff instead. And then there's like servers that are just full of toxic people. But then Rust is also just a very big PvP game, so sometimes like people kind of enjoy getting raided or raiding. People will like appreciate, hey, you tried to offline me or you tried to online raid me and I got to defend it and I got all your stuff out of it. That was a fun time. And then both parties just kind of walk away after that.
Yeah. Especially if you're really good at making a base. Like Rust is really one of the things that I like watching Rust videos for is when people get really creative with traps.
Trap bases are great.
Yes.
I really want to make like a good trap base, because you can get creative and lure people into them, and they think, oh hey, I went deep on this base, I'm about to go take it over, and all of a sudden they just get annihilated.
Bingo.
So good. I also want to make like a Saw trap base where you like walk into another door, they follow you in, you hit a button, it closes both doors and activates turrets. That's great. That's one of my dreams.
Where they like interrogate the person and they're like, okay, so in voice chat or whatever, they're like, okay, you have to do this like dance or give me this weapon that you've got or whatever, and I'll let you go. And then usually they don't.
They don't. They don't let them go.
Yep. Usually they refuse and they'll like spout a bunch of profanity at you and things like that, and then you're just like, all right, it's your choice.
Yeah.
Murdered.
Burninated.
It's
But
fun.
of course, then they can come back. They know about the trap at that point. They may not have any of their stuff, but they could potentially revenge on you.
That's why you just fortify the rest of the base.
Of course.
Or that's not even like your actual base. That's just a fun trap base that you made for that reason, which is usually what I would do. You have a separate base for the actual loot, and then you have a trap base.
It's a trap outpost.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And then you have a separate third base that's specifically for reselling all of the loot that you just grabbed from them. So then you just hit them both ways.
This isn't even my final form.
It's great. It's a hella like toxic back and forth most of the time, but it's just so much fun. That's about it for me.
Nice.
Rest in Pokemon Go. Yeah. Moose?
Not entirely too much gaming this week. Did a little Gunfire Reborn when I had some time. Finally got to really like play the Nemesis in Dead by Daylight, and I love him to death. He just big and bulky and stomps everywhere and just punches the shit out of people. So he fun like that.
Old Tentacle Boy.
Oh yes, he great punchy, and yeah, and then a little bit of Escape from Tarkov until my anxiety gets the best of me, and I got to turn it the hell off. There's just usually like one match, maybe two. Then we had GTFO on Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
With
speaking of
Rival Boys.
anxiety.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's honestly the train of thought that brought me to remember that. Was GTFO, and so that was our Survival Boy Wednesday. And normally a game meant to be played in rounds with 4 players. Jono and I decided, screw that. We've played this game before, like a couple years ago, for like 8 hours. We can totally 2-man these 4-man maps. And to our credit,
We almost did.
We almost did. The first map. We almost did, but yeah, no. We found the point at which it's like, nah, dog, fuck you. And just completely just dunks on you if you're 2 people. But we got close. And then a little league when I felt like hating myself more. So not entirely too much. I've been a busy boy.
Nothing like a bit of self-torture to end the week.
Yeah, right?
That's how every week goes.
Pretty freaking much.
Well,
Yes.
Servo, we're on to you. Last but not least. You are muted, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I was gonna play Rust, but I ended up actually uninstalling it because I needed room to do Grand Theft Auto 5 Parsec. with Jack
Aww.
Monday.
Nice.
And that was fucking wild because it was pretty much one of us was controlling the camera and the other one was controlling.
Oh,
like,
you got
character
split
action.
controllered it.
Yes.
How did
Yeah.
that go?
It was pretty wild. I really enjoyed it. Some of the parts where we were like doing gunfire and stuff, like that was hard because I'm
fucking
pushing
bet.
the buttons and he's aiming and shooting. So I'm like, I'm having to take cover and maneuver and if I needed healing, like it was actually kind of nice in a way because then you have 2 people managing one character. Like he only had to pretty much worry about aiming and shooting. But anytime we had to like run somewhere or drive really fast, that's when it got crazy. And then of course we started trolling the shit out of each other, and like I would put it in cinematic mode when he was driving,
Oh my god.
or because it's on the keyboard
Mhm.
that button,
Awesome.
or he would turn the camera around to face the front of the car while I was driving. Shit like that. Yeah, it was a blast. We had a really good time with it.
That sounds
Um,
great and also hectic.
it was. And then Wednesday I did the new experimental patch for Minecraft, the 1.18, which,
Ooh.
by the way, if you haven't already seen the images, which I'm sure Jono has, but I'm not sure about the rest of you guys, because I know you're not crazy into Minecraft like I am, but they're beautiful. They're some of the photos that I've gotten. Like I found an area that was a jungle,
Mm-hmm.
and in the jungle it had a hill. The hill had a cave where water was pouring out, and underneath the waterfall was another cave, and that cave had water that went both ways into it, so it was coming out the front, and then if you went inside, the water would go down into the cave, and you could ride the water all the way down almost to the bedrock level. And it was
Interesting.
very fucking cool. And it was like they have these new what they call lush cave biomes, where it's like it's almost like wooded or like mossy inside of the caves, and there's all kinds of stuff you can find, of course, but it was really cool. I had a good time with it.
Did they add the super huge cave biomes into that patch? Because I know you could access it in the 1.17 release, but you had to go through the experimental patch to do it.
Yeah.
So is the full like crazy huge cave biomes in the 1.18?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good, because that's what I've been wanting.
Yeah, the caves they can be, massive. They have a very like different structure. A lot of people used to describe the way that the cave system looks as like noodles. Like basically it's just you find an entrance and it kind of like, noodles all the way through underground.
Yeah, but these are like cavernous now.
Right. And there's also what they call spaghetti, which is like a bunch of noodles all crisscrossing each other. And then they have even like big open areas, which is kind of like they call it cheese. So if you see someone talking about Minecraft, they're talking about cheese, noodles, cheese, and spaghetti, which I've just found this out, is that they're talking about the shapes that the computer generates inside to make the caves look a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Different, like from each other.
Unique.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, that's.
So it's pretty interesting. And then of course now the mountains also go up to a much higher level. Used to be the limit was 256 for the entire world, but now 256 is the height for like land, and then the sky goes way up above that.
Really? So they increased the sky block?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's both taller and deeper. You can now go below y equals 0.
So below what was previously bedrock.
Right. Now it's deep slate. And you have deep slate and then bedrock way below that.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I gotta mess around with 1.18 then.
Yeah. Well, the deep slate is in 1.17, but they don't have the biome.
I was gonna say I know I've gotten deep slate and it's just been random throughout the cave biomes, but
right.
I still want to experience like the actual big caverns and stuff. So
you definitely should. You have to download it like as if it was like a mod pack. But it's on the Minecraft website. It's legit. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's just the first experimental snapshot too. So they're gonna be coming out with more before they, of course, release it. It should come out near the holidays.
They didn't drop the warden in it yet, did they?
No.
Okay, because I know that he's coming with 1.18, and I'm also excited and fucking terrified of that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, just like a randomly roaming giant underground creature. Yeah, that doesn't sound scary at all.
A giant underground blind creature who is more powerful than the Wither in that game. Yeah.
Good lord.
Yep.
Yeah, he uses sensor blocks that are like organically growing sensor blocks, and if you walk across them, he knows where you are and he will like find you.
Oh, bump that noise.
I've always said that Minecraft is a horror game.
Yeah.
It is. It definitely is.
It's absolutely a horror survival game.
Varied is a good word too, Blade. Thank you. Yeah, more variety of cave systems. And that was just Wednesday, and then Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry. Monday I did Minecraft, and then Wednesday was the 1.18 patch, and then Thursday was Grand Theft Auto. I forgot that we changed it around this week because Jack wasn't originally available on Monday. So then, yeah, and then usually I would have had Saturday stream yesterday, but I was at the Springs, so I didn't do that. That was a fun time. And then, yeah, it's today, and here I am playing Minecraft again.
Dun dun dun.
You always come back to Minecraft.
You gotta.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I feel that.
I don't know. Is it, for the life of me, like I've really wanted to be like just balls deep all about Minecraft, like because it has so many things that I enjoy. You know, the mining and crafting, like building shit, you know, automation, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
for the life of me, like I just can't hold my interest in it for very long.
Have you played on a server with other people?
I was gonna say a lot of it comes with playing with other people for sure, especially for me. And then
like occasionally,
I get a lot of joy out of like modded packs and things like that, as well as like different like adventure packs. Like people will make me and Nier played through basically all of Resident Evil 2 and all of Resident Evil 3 in Minecraft at some point.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy, like, people have redone like full games within Minecraft as their own like game, basically. There's a lot.
There really is. And there's even, you know, more than that too, because you can do, like, there's servers where people have just made stuff that like is like other stuff. Like you can go on a server where they completely remade the entire like Middle Earth, and it's just an explorable Middle Earth.
I've also replayed all of Ocarina of Time in Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. You can replay through every single bit of it, start to finish. There's even like mods that are like super futuristic, so you can go and make like an automated like driller into a section that'll just cover out an entire chunk of blocks for you. You can make rocket ships, basically. Guns. There's all sorts of things. It's one of those games where it's like, if you can think about it, it probably exists somewhere.
Yeah.
And I really haven't dug that deep into modding it whatsoever, so...
No. Yeah, that's kind of the funny thing about, like, the way I play the game, which is, I guess, just, you know, it's all really just preference, because Minecraft, just like John was saying, it can be kind of whatever you want. But one of the things that I really enjoy about it is just the base game with very little added anything. Like, I use a mini-map mod, and I use a mod that like allows me to look at a block and it gives me like a little tooltip, like World of Warcraft style. But that's pretty much it. That's all I really use them for.
I could see a minimap being exceedingly useful.
It's actually really, can I just real quick, can I just show you? This is what a Minecraft like map looks like. They're really pretty. Like you can see my base is like kind of gridded out.
Oh.
And so like it's all procedurally generated, and I love just looking at the maps. Like you can see other people's little bases and shit. It's fucking dope.
I mean, the maps themselves just look like OG Zelda map.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Yep. And you could make SNES Zelda just with blocks and just like paint it on the landscape, and it would look like that. Or like,
oh hell, there's Pixelmon, which is legitimately Pokemon in Minecraft.
Yeah. Or the other thing that I really like doing is just picking a random area like off somewhere in the distance, and
Mhm.
just designing the terrain so that it's like it looks like a big piece of paper, and then putting dark colored blocks on it and writing a note. And then if you make a map of that area, then you basically have a piece of paper with a drawing on it or a letter, and
Mhm.
it's fucking cool.
Actually, now that I think about it, one of the big things with a lot of Pokemon creators is like a lot of them, especially lately, have jumped on Pixelmon again, and it's like grown back up because it's basically the best version of an open world Pokemon game that Nintendo refuses to give us. And
Yeah.
people are super upset. They're like, this is a free thing that we all play that is every single Pokemon in an open world active setting. You can see them roaming around and do whatever at any time. You can pick up a Pokemon, you can fly with it, you can swim with them. This is what everyone's wanted out of an open world Pokemon experience. And it's
Yeah.
better than anything Nintendo's given us. And it's in Minecraft.
Wild.
Really is.
Absolutely wild.
Actually, I really like Pixelmon. I should go back and play it at some point
I was like,
again. Like, man, I just I have it
Now that you got
downloaded.
started talking about it again.
All right, podcast is over. I'm gonna go play Pixelmon. Uh,
But yeah, good stuff.
very good stuff.
Well, speaking of MMOs, seems like Final Fantasy 14 is getting popular again.
Getting popular again. It's like the vegans of MMOs. Everyone knows
I
someone
mean-
who doesn't shut up about 14.
Like me.
I was gonna say I've never really enjoyed it, but that's just like anything with any other game, like Moose with Minecraft. I played
Yeah.
it. I was like, I just don't have a attachment to it, and then
Yeah.
I forget about it.
I've got
But-
somewhere in the ballpark of a little over 1,000 hours in it.
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, there's a game out there for everybody. definitely true.
Oh yeah, but 14 seeing an even higher resurgence now because longtime World of Warcraft streamer Asmongold decided,
Oh,
Screw it.
Asman.
yeah, and he's like, screw it, I'm just gonna hop into 14 and see what the hype's all about, and he brought many players with him, and so much so that
Something
they
like
actually
200,000 people immediately.
so much so that they actually sold out of, I mean, quote unquote, sold out of the digital
Yeah.
copies of the game. Like they just stopped. They were like, okay, that's enough copies for now. Yo, we need to like slow this down a little bit here.
I mean, they basically freaked out and they had to like figure out how to redistribute and remake like a bunch of key codes for the game again. So they were like, we've just broken through all of our fucking randomizers. What do we do now?
Yeah.
How much dedicated wham do the server?
A lot more than they had.
Can you imagine selling out of a digital product like that?
Yeah.
Is crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they were excited. It was just kind of like it's like one of those, it's a good problem to have kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It also happened to hit in like the perfect time because when this happened was like during the Steam summer sale too. So it was like, oh, not only is everyone gonna get excited and play it because Asmongold's playing it, but also it's cheap right now, so everyone can get on and play it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they were also doing like a free week at some point during that too, because one of my buddies was talking about that.
I
Well,
did remember seeing something about that.
They do consistently have the trial version of the game, which for a try, it's a hell of a trial version. Like you can pretty much play through the base game, Realm Reborn, and I think you can play through the first expansion now.
Yeah.
That's your trial account. Like it's
Except
sizable.
If you already have an account, then you don't get to play through the trial version of the fucking account.
also true.
Mhm.
You gotta buy month by month, sons of bitches.
Yeah, but yeah, you can get at least 100 hours out of the game before you even decide whether you like it enough to sub to it. Like they're very generous with the trial offer.
Yeah, you basically can level up to 60 without having to pay for any of the subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
So they're very good about that. And with the new expansion dropping in November, I think is when Endwalker comes out. This influx of players, coupled with the amount of people coming back for Endwalker, is going to be a good fiscal year for Square Enix.
Is that the expansion where they got that cross promotion deal with NASA and you gotta go fist fuck the moon or something?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I call it that.
Okay.
It looks like you are going to space in the in Endwalker, or at least a place that looks like space. But yeah.
Space 2.
Right, exactly. But no, it's gonna be it's a hell of a time if you haven't played. Well, once you can play, give it a shot. And if you haven't, if you have played in the past, it's a good time to come back. Dungeon queues are gonna be popping, baby.
Popping off.
I resubbed today.
Oh, Moose.
As you should.
It's one of those games that's just I love it, and the only real reason I don't play more of it is time. It is a hell of a time sink. I've got like I said, I got 1,000 plus hours in it. I haven't completed the actual main story all the way through up to where it is now on the current patch yet. So
it's basically me with any MMO.
Hurry up.
Huh?
I said, what are you doing then? Hurry up.
Yeah, exactly. It's because it's like, oh yeah, I remember how fun this other class was, and then I start leveling another class, and I'm like, oh wait, but I really like the crafting and gathering system in this, so I leveled all the crafters and gatherers to 60 plus, and then I was like, oh wait, blue mage is the thing, and then that died.
I think no one else can understand that as deeply as Servo can.
Yeah.
All my World of Warcraft. Kidding me? I'm like, all right, my warrior's ready to do in-game content. Nobody's on to raid right now. I'm gonna start a new character, get them all the way to end level. Like, okay, nobody's on to raid right now. I guess I'll start another character, and I'll get I'll see someone else walk by, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that combination of this and that and the other together. I'm like, I need to go play a fucking Worgen Hunter right now.
Yep.
Fucking, like, oh my god, yeah, it's stupid.
That's the one saving thing is because I do the exact same in WoW, but at least with Final Fantasy, you got one character, and swapping over to the other characters is easy as just hitting a button and you swap to the other character class on your main. So it's like, okay, I don't have to log out or anything. I can just hot swap to another character in dungeon queue. So you can keep it going pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I always be making characters. Well, I mean, like they're all in the same guild together, so yeah, I don't really have a problem of. It's just my guild, like the guild and the server that I'm on right now, they were kind of like low end game enthusiasm. So, like, maybe once every 2 weeks or so they would do a couple raids, but
yeah.
But it's a lot of fun to play that way too. That's actually kind of how I prefer to play WoW, is bouncing around from my main to alts to making a new character and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. It's very easy to do that. And then they just keep doing things that are just like, they made fishing fun in this expansion of all things. They made fishing fun. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Well, I know exactly how they did it, but
GDR hyper interactive experience.
Yeah.
It is a hyperactive experience. So what they ended up doing was in one of the main cities, there's a boat that leaves the dock every 2 hours, I think, an hour or 2 hours, and it is like a dungeon queue. Basically,
I know what you're
fishers.
talking about. I spent like 3 hours doing that last time I was on that fucking game because. And it was for no other fucking reason other than I wanted the shark mini pet.
Yes. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, just queue up like you would for a dungeon, and then you just end up on this big boat with only fishers, and and then it's just this big fishing event is what it is. And if somebody like catches the right rainbow fish, all of a sudden like the waters grow into like this big rainbow,
And then it becomes like a super
festival.
catch 'em all fest.
Right, and like fishing speed increases, and like the catch quality increases, and it's just fishing like crazy, pop all your cooldowns, like it's freaking nuts. I'm like, okay, well they made fishing fun. I'm impressed. So yeah, they're doing good.
I will agree with that. Last time when I was on and I did do that, I was like, all right, this is entertaining at least.
Right.
I'm only doing this because I want that fucking pet, but also this is entertaining.
Yes. Yeah, I still didn't get the shark pet yet. Not yet.
Nope, there's a shark pet and there's a shark mount, and I wanted both of them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I never did get all the characters to 60 because then they like made it easier to get the allied races, which I had kind of originally just been like, nah, I don't need allied races, and then they're like, hey, we made them easier to get, and I was like, ah, okay, I got you.
You sons of bitches,
Oh, yeah.
you got me.
I gotta go get them all now, fucking. And then I had to make new characters with each allied race, so some of the characters I had started I had to delete. Yada,
Luckily,
yada, I didn't end up finishing.
Yeah, I lucked out in that because I was like, let me take a look at the allied races. And then I was like, let me unlock Volpera. They seem pretty easy. And then I unlocked Volpera, and then I just never wanted another race in the entire game ever again. I'm like, every character got rerolled to Volpera. Like, I only have Volpera characters now if it's possible.
Yeah, that definitely helps. But I wanted
That's all you're allowed to have.
the allied armor. You can have quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's like 14 or 15 characters on the server. Used to be only like 9 or 10.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty legit. Pretty legit.
Indeed.
Well, what's
This has
next?
been the Moose unpaid advertisement for Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
Hope you
yeah.
enjoyed that.
Or if you want to play World of Warcraft, DM me.
Right?
I will gladly play some World of Warcraft with you.
You know, they also mentioned that they're going to be releasing the Final Fantasy. I don't know if it's 14 or just a Final Fantasy cookbook.
Well, they released a 14 cookbook, I thought.
Yeah.
Now, if they release any cookbook, I want the 15 cookbook.
Yes.
Because that game was all about cooking, and it deserves a cookbook.
Some deliciousness in there.
Is there a Final Fantasy 15 cookbook? I need to know.
Yeah, you need to know so that you can come on the next stream after you buy it like, hey guys, I discovered a new recipe, and then just talk the book.
For some reason, I've gotten 4 cookbooks, like geek cookbooks, in the last few months.
Nice.
I picked up a Street Fighter one, and I see it when I go into the comic book store, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. What's that? I picked up a Street Fighter one, a Batman drink. It's like a drink, Batman style cocktail cookbook, and a Star Wars baking cookbook.
There is an unofficial one
Oh.
that has like 60 recipes in it, apparently. And I'm going to be making these.
Excellent.
It even has Ignis on the front cover.
Oh, that's perfect.
This is good. This is dangerous and good.
I want a Breath of the Wild cookbook.
Yo. That would be great.
I'm surprised there isn't one.
There's not. I mean, there's an unofficial one, but I want an official one.
You heard the man, Nintendo. Get on it.
Hey, Nintendo, what the fuck are you waiting for?
They'll release it with the OLED Switch.
There's a sandwich that just came right out of fucking Scooby-Doo. It's literally 6 layers of sandwich. Oh, I'm making so many of these. Okay, getting derailed.
That's a different podcast, Jono.
Oh shit, my bad.
Remnant cooking.
Shout out Derailed Games.
Stay tuned for Remnant cooking later.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what's Microsoft doing?
So Microsoft is embracing the cloud even harder.
Mm.
Yep. They want to grab the cloud so hard.
Yeah, you embrace that cloud hard.
Yeah. So anyone who's tinkered with virtual machines and things like that, you know, throw an operating system on a virtual disk, and you know you can use like a second copy of Windows. I mean, that's like a really broad, sweeping generalization of how VMs work, but why go through all that trouble when you could just say, hey, let me pay for one, and then y'all host the hardware with the operating system, and I can just log into it from a browser and have a computer in my browser. It's
Pretty
an interesting move.
Until the internet goes out.
I was gonna say it's a really interesting move until either the internet goes out or there is a third party accessing said cloud device, and then you don't have a computer, they have a computer.
Yeah, your account gets compromised. You better get it back quick. You better not use it for anything important.
Oh, I can't wait until people use it for important stuff.
Oh God, yeah. That's so there is definitely the underpinnings of potential absolute catastrophic disaster in here, but it's top notch idea till that point.
It's
Yo.
Yo.
My bad. Y'all go ahead.
No, fucking no. You don't audible just exasperate yo and not expect us to stop for that.
Right.
My bad. I got excited. Y'all, when y'all were talking about cookbooks, I started looking up other cookbooks. And there's an Avatar, The Last Airbender, recipes from the Four Nations cookbook.
Ooh.
Okay, that's awesome.
Do they have the fire flakes in there? The chips that they're eating?
It doesn't come out till August of this year.
Damn it.
Does it teach you how to make air biscuits?
Oh wait, hold on. There's a content. It's a content page.
I mean, you've got me sold either way.
That's not what I was clicking on, son of a bitch. Oh, they won't let me view it. I think they tried to remove the image.
They'll probably have like all of the food that they had during like the big feast at the Southern Water Tribe. Or no, the Northern Water Tribe. Probably have a bunch of... What did they even eat in the Earth Kingdom? It was just a bunch of like bread and cabbages.
Dirt.
Yeah, dirt.
They just eat dirt. They're very dedicated to the earth, so they eat it.
Oh no, when they were hanging out with Boomy, they had lettuce.
Oh.
Because he made the lettuce leaf joke.
Mung bean tofu curry.
Sounds like Air Nation.
Jasmine green tea.
Oh yeah, of course. Iro's green tea.
Use mooncakes. Monk Gyatso's fruit pies.
Oh yeah. The fruit pies that they airbended onto people's heads for funsies.
And that's the only... Those are the only sample pages that they let me look at.
Oh.
Interesting. Well, I'm sold either way.
Yeah, that looks like that Remnant cooking stream is coming closer and closer to reality.
Pretty freaking much, yeah.
That would be pretty fun, actually.
Remnant's Kitchen.
But Microsoft, yes, Microsoft.
No, we're cooks now.
We're talking about food now.
Yeah, no, we're back on food.
But I mean, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Till we see how it's implemented and see what kind of security features they have in place, you know, which better be numerous and very up to date. We'll see. But I do like the idea quite a bit because it would be nice to be able to go, oh, okay, well, you You can even do it from your phone if you wanted to.
I mean, I've actually accessed virtual machines from my phone and stuff, and
Right.
just gone onto my desktop before. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, and this is nothing that you couldn't host yourself off of your home network. Like, this is nothing. If you already do VMs and have a way to just connect to your home PC or have a hosted VM that you can do yourself, and yeah, okay. But if you don't want to go through all the problems of having to maintain it or anything like that, pretty good.
I'm thinking of all the good and bad possibilities from this, because there's gonna be so many.
There's a plethora of bad possibilities as well.
Yeah. Lose your phone in a bathroom somewhere, and you have your VM attached to that, and all of a sudden someone's accessing your computer from it now. Oh no!
Right?
Like, they better
How did that happen?
they better have like super triple security, where like every time that you try to access it, it needs to like prick your finger and take a like drop of your blood and scan your eyes at the same time.
Yes.
I hope not. That sounds terrible.
I don't know. I think, every once in a while might be interesting to do.
Sometimes you just gotta bleed.
Yeah, sometimes you just, want to feel something.
I never want to feel anything ever again.
Fair.
We're on different spectrums here. Well, speaking of being on different spectrums from people, let's talk about the Sega Arcade.
Oh, man.
That's apparently just such a fucking ripoff.
Well, we've all seen that. Well, it's no stranger to us that damn arcade game is a ripoff. I mean, we've all seen it before, either in like old school malls or arcades, or like some kind of fun world, the Chuck E. Cheese or whatever the hell those places are.
Yeah.
And
we've all been
damn
into
well,
a mall before and seen the cut the rope machine or the
Greasy ass claw machine.
the keyhole
Yeah.
little machine that never quite lines up until it hits a certain amount of money in the machine.
Mm-hmm.
and we know damn well those machines aren't about skill as they say they are on the front of them.
Oh yeah.
I will say there was one that definitely was about skill, and I only think about it because Mikey would win it every single time that he would ever touch it. And it's the one that like Tetris blocks across.
Yes, I'm pretty freaking good at that one too.
What was that, server?
Stacker.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone just win that every single time they've touched it like Mikey. In my life, he
There may
won
be a
like
reason.
EverQuest 2, a copy of that. He won like 2 Game Boys out of it, like a CD player. I'm dating how long it was since this has been a thing that we went and did.
About to say EQ2. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But there may be a reason, and that's probably the exact reason why a couple of gamers have gotten together and filed a lawsuit on Sega for these types of games. And
Honestly, about time.
yeah, you can actually set the number of losses before it gives you a fair chance of winning, and it seems like a lot of them are set to like 700 losses.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
When I worked in the mall, we would wait because the cut the rope machine would be at a specific number of like rope cuts that it would have to hit before it was able to give out a prize. So we would basically just wait until the end of the night, and we'd look at it and be like, okay, it's down to the wire, it's almost cut, maybe like $2 or $3, and we'd win.
Awesome.
Those machines are absolute ripoffs in every way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zero doubt about that.
Right.
Yeah.
That one
I used to do
specifically
the same
because there
thing.
was a metal string of wire in between the regular rope and the cut the rope ones that would have to be cut several times in order to also win. So when you cut the rope, it's not just cutting the rope,
You're cutting.
an actual wire.
Yeah, I was like that with the local Walmart claw machine. Like I could tell just by playing it like one time if the tension was strong enough that within a couple games I could like grab one.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, if it was like more than $2, I was like no. But every once in a while, I would be like, okay, all right, that first game was like pretty strong, and it would pick it up. Usually, it wouldn't get it in the first time, but second time, almost always guaranteed because I'm pretty good
Yeah,
at like
because
lining it up.
the claw machines are also set to a specific number of money that has to be input to it in order for it to actually give the correct pressure to pick something up.
Exactly.
It's weird how much research I've done on fucking arcade
yeah.
machines.
If they even cared enough to do that. And sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say thanks to Mark Robert for that interest. He talks about that a lot on his YouTube videos.
I haven't even watched any of those, but
Oh, it's like how to beat the the dome with the light that goes around and you hit the button on the right spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah.
some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch his video on it, it actually shows that the lights that go around and the light that actually is the one that lights up, they're on a different timer.
Oh.
So it's not sequential. It doesn't go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all the way around to that last light and then ding as it goes across. You're seeing it just a second earlier, just a second late.
yeah, I knew there was always a delay on those, but I can never quite tell what the timing is on them.
Yeah, and it's because it's variable. That light that is the trigger light that you're supposed to hit, it's on a variable, time. So sometimes, I mean, it's just a couple milliseconds or so off. But yeah, he actually made a device that if you set it down on top of the button, it's like a hidden. It looks like a book bag. He just sets it down on top, and it actually like senses the light picking up fast enough to hit the button.
Oh my god.
And so he hit the jackpot like a few times with it. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
And he may be the reason why they took a lot of those games out of Dave and Buster's.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. It's surprising that those are still insanely big in Japan too. And like virtual accessing them from the US is a thing. And
What?
there's a fucking app. There's an app called Tereba, and they always show up in my goddamn whatever the targeted ads are because
Yeah, I get it on Twitch.
Yep, me and a couple of my friends played them a few years ago, and since then it always pops up, and it's the biggest fucking scam in the world. Even though they've won from it, but I didn't, and I call it a scam because I fucking failed at winning a Deku action figure. It's like half scam, half not. Because there's like ways to knock them down with the claw instead of picking them up into the right positions so that they fall through. It's really easy to win, and they give you free like things. But yeah, it's really big in Japan for like all of the arcade machines that we don't have here anymore.
Interesting.
Huh. The more you know.
Right?
But I mean, they also have actual arcades still in Japan that we don't have anymore here, apart from Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
DDR still exists over there.
Yeah, we're over here like, what's an arcade? I don't know. My grandpappy talked about him.
I ain't never heard of that before.
Let me tell you about playing Time Crisis back before the war.
Yo.
Back in my day, we would spend our entire allowance playing through House of the Dead.
God.
Oh, that was my shit.
God, yeah. Back in college, we had a Time Crisis 2 machine in the arcade in the common area, or like the big community area. Oh man, I got pretty much 1 to 2 credits, and I could clear that game. Like that was my jam.
Let me tell you about kicking kids out of the arcade playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh god.
Uh,
That game.
I go way back.
play Street Fighter versus X-Men.
Which I have. I most certainly do have that motherfucker over there.
Mine was Soul Calibur. Soul
Yes.
Calibur 2. I was Keelik or Cervantes. I would get there like if it was a Saturday, I'd be like, Mom, can we go to the mall? Get there early. I would be like, just leave me here. Give me like $5. And I would unlock Cervantes, and then people would start showing up, and one by one, I would just like sit there and just knock everybody down, and then play DDR for a little bit.
Yep. I would spend my entire day playing DDR, and then when my legs were tired, I'd be like, all right, it's time to go play Time Crisis. Or it's time to go clear House of the Dead for a minute. Let me sit down and play the Jurassic Park ride.
I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. Me and my buddy used to go to the computer lab during study hall, and we would pay 10 cents a page to print out DDR step charts, and we would memorize the steps and like do.
Oh my
like that.
god!
And, like sitting at my desk, I would be practicing underneath the desk, going like this.
Yeah,
it's just pretty much just learning to dance. That's all it is.
I mean, it is.
It really is.
I mean, it was for a game though, like so I could go and
whatever.
Oh, yeah, it was stupid.
So what you're telling us, Servo, is that if we get you on the dance floor, you gonna cut a rug.
On a DDR machine nowadays, fuck no. No, I can maybe do some of my songs that were like my favorites, but hell no.
Yeah, no, I can definitely still do like A, and I can do like everyone can do Butterfly probably still.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not that hard.
Exactly.
Like, Suguru on Extreme used to be my shit, but now I do it on normal.
What was the Speed over Beethoven?
Oh my god.
I definitely don't have the ability to do that one still.
No.
Yeah. God, I wish I could remember my old Dynamite rave routine that I used to do in the arcade. I was one of those guys, the guy who was like, oh yeah, looking away from the screen and jumping off the pad and jumping over the handlebars and shit like that.
You always knew that you were going up against a sweaty ass kid when they would put the quarters in, let you pick the song, and then they turn the fuck around.
Yep.
Every time. They would set fucking arrows to invisible, set it to inverted, and then turn around, and you're like, this motherfucker's about to wipe the floor with me. I know it.
Yeah.
My favorite was my buddy, the one who I was talking about. He used to do blindfolded double butterfly, not facing the screen, and that was like his little show that he would put on. He had like a little silk bandana, and he was like this little ball-headed Filipino dude. And yeah, he was it was very impressive to watch.
That is fantastic.
I used to hang out with him a lot.
Like he's getting ready for a ninja battle. You may have to defeat
I'm
him
not
now.
kidding, bro. It was it was serious.
I was gonna say, I knew kids like that, so I absolutely understand and can see it.
Yes.
Oh, just the days that we just don't have anymore.
I know.
To tie this Sega arcade off, it doesn't look good for them because they recently just had another lawsuit in Arizona about the same thing, and they lost that one. They to $1 million and $1 million and an agreement for the company to stop selling the game in the state of Arizona.
Oh
wow!
So yeah, it's not looking good for them.
Good for Arizona.
I was gonna say it's not good for them, but good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to
fucking
cheaty-based games. Fuck those games.
We live in America. We have to deal with enough scams on a daily basis.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just put some cheaper prizes in there and like make it fun.
It's a wonder that it's a wonder that you don't play the arcade machines, and then when you actually get a win out of them, it just pops out with an egg with a note inside of it that says, "We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty."
It's free to play.
Yeah.
You win every time.
That's the level of scam that I expect out of like this country at this point.
Oh, I
yeah.
won. Wait, what the fuck is son of a bitch? You win. Nothing pops out. You just get doxxed.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be fucking badass. I would play that game.
It would be awful.
I'm not sure that's something that we want.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
play this game. What game is this? When you win, you get doxxed. Wait, what? Yeah,
What?
try it. No. What are you, stupid?
It's the bee's knees.
Well, speaking of things that we don't want, we want to talk about this way too expensive Mario watch.
I'm about to say maybe you don't want it.
I was gonna say it depends on who you are if you don't want it.
There is no watch that I'm gonna spend $2,000 on.
No, it may be not a
Now-
watch, but this is a smart watch, Jono.
Now, I
How
said that too.
One, two. How much is it?
I said that also. There was no watch that I would ever pay like $2,000 on. Then they released like the Black Panther, whatever consecutive the high end watch brand, and I was like,
If that watch doesn't activate the Black Panther suit to just like pop on top of you while you're wearing it, then it's not worth $2,000.
Yeah, it's a ripoff.
it was a nice watch. That's all I'm trying to say. It was a really nice watch.
If this watch doesn't pop a bunch of mushrooms out in front of you and you start tripping on acid and become a plumber and you jump through a bunch of pipes, I don't
need a
want
watch
it.
for that. You don't need a watch for that. You could pop a bunch of mushrooms on your own
I was
and
gonna
trip
say,
off.
just
acid.
do that yourself.
Yeah.
It's called hands. You just do it.
But no, I want the watch to be able to do it consistently. How else am I gonna think that I'm Mario?
But this,
Okay.
who
I'm
is
gonna-
it?
I'm just
Tag
gonna
Hour?
pretend that you didn't say that, but also you're not Italian, you're not a plumber, and I don't know how high you can jump, but I doubt you could kill a Goomba with one leap. So
I mean, he's
I
close.
mean-
He just needs the hat and keep the mustache. Get rid of the rest of it. And
it's just not gonna happen. That's what you have a vibe for.
I mean, honestly, Mario's not even a plumber. What plumbing does he?
is.
What plumbing does he do?
he
he's not
plums
a
that
plumber.
peach.
Mario is a multitasker. Thank you very much. He has his PhD. He's a doctorate. All right. He plays
He
tennis.
does have a
He
doctorate.
plays soccer.
Yes.
Okay. Not to mention 3 or 4 games, like board games and party games. And Mario's busy. All right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Just no one wants to play a plumbing game. He just knows where his market is at. He's just
Right.
smart about it. He does
Yeah.
all his plumbing off stream.
Yeah, he does.
And I mean, I don't know. You got to start from somewhere. Plumbing was just, that's how he got enough money to put himself through medical school.
That's right. He had to get his name out there somehow.
And he started racing cars and playing tennis and
Oh, I forgot that he go-kart races. I forgot
Yeah.
about that one.
That too.
I mean, we can all go-kart race.
Have you had enough, John? Is enough answers for you?
No, because is this watch gonna let me do any of that?
potentially buy one to find out.
So far, it's just a smartwatch that's got an alright, like, mobile system inside of it, but it's just a display. It's just a watch.
Yeah,
It's-
I could
it's
put a
water
picture of
resistant.
Fucking Mario on any smartwatch. Fuck that. Shit.
Yeah, like I literally have a Fitbit that I can replace with Mario on it.
Wait,
If I
does it
wanted
allow
to.
you to play Mario? Does the watch let you play Mario on it?
No, it's just a
Oh,
watch.
okay. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Does your watch have a little M button on the side for Mario? No, it does not.
I
First
can,
of all,
It cost me maybe $3 to buy a small red Sharpie and write an M.
It write it- First of all, I don't have a goddamn watch. I have a phone that tells me the time. So I can't see putting $2,000. Is that the price of it? Much less.
It's $2
300
grand.
or so. Yeah.
Into some shit that I ain't gonna fucking use.
Yeah, like $200. I got a Fitbit, and I'm pretty sure I can put an emulator on there. I'm fairly positive that I can.
If by some chance I do manage to spend $2,000 on a watch, that bitch is not seeing the light of day. Nobody's allowed to breathe on it, much less me getting my arm sweat on it.
Just buy robot arms. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
I could do that. I could get some robot arms.
Yeah, there's a way around everything.
Make them magnetic so the watch always come. It won't fall off. It'll just stick to
what you do is you get entered into Mortal Kombat. You go up against someone who rips your arms off. It'll be excruciating, but then you'll get free robot arms.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I have to activate my Agni Kai or whatever the hell that.
Yeah, you gotta scream Bankai, and then you get your big arms.
Then I get my big arms, my big robot arms.
Yeah.
I mean, my opinion is worth it, but
yeah, it's a risky procedure, but I think it's worth it.
The most impressive thing that this watch does is like every 3 hours you get to watch Mario slide down a flagpole.
Worth
on the display.
Oh my god!
Worth
Take my money now.
100% worth.
Oh damn! So Mario's a stripper now.
He's been sliding down the flagpole for years.
Oh man,
that's his secret.
That's undercover. That's undercover Mario right there.
He's always naughty.
He's had 30 years of sliding down poles.
Hey, that's
whenever he's not out stomping Goombas, he's working hard for them gold coins. Give it up for Mario.
Mario's oldest profession. You know what?
I mean, you're not wrong. That is what he does.
I'm willing to bet not a lot of people know that Mario's actually a stripper.
I mean, why else do you think he wears overalls?
The plum shit? I don't know. What?
Because he's a bitch.
Not many strippers that I know wear fucking overalls.
We live in the South. Tons of them wear overalls.
No. What the hell? Strip club?
What? You go out to the country.
The fuck?
The hell kind of. All right.
Has nobody been out to like a strip club in McClenny or something?
This is like, what kind of bear bar are you going to?
Have you? No, seriously, have you?
No, I haven't been to any strip clubs ever.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, shit.
Really?
We need to correct.
I know too many people at too many strip clubs.
I mean, that's maybe after high school, but they
I do. I legitimately do. One of which is
never been to one.
Well, I know plenty of strippers though. Just because I don't go to strip clubs doesn't mean I don't know strippers.
Yeah, just because someone tells you they're a stripper doesn't mean that they're necessarily a stripper until you see them at a strip club.
You have to verify the fact.
So what you're saying is...
Wait, Jono, you've had this knowledge the whole time and you've known me how long and I'm just now learning this? What the fuck, man?
Hold on, we'll get back to you in a second. So, not seeing someone do something means that you don't know that they actually can do it. Like Mario's not a plumber.
We didn't necessarily argue that. We were just saying he also does a lot of other stuff.
He's not a plumber.
He's a plumber.
Okay, fine. Maybe you think he's not a plumber. I think your friends aren't strippers. Same argument.
It's fine. The worrying part of it is my stepsister might be a stripper, and that's one that I don't want to find out if it's true or not.
All right.
Because
on that note,
strippers have a shelf life, Jonah. You can't strip forever.
I don't know. I've been to some pretty sketchy ones. I don't think that statement's completely true there, lad.
Yeah, I would say most strippers have a shelf life. In New Orleans, they have I'll put it this way: an older woman called the cleaner. When it's time up at like 2 a.m. and everything's done, and they're like, "All right, everybody, it's time to go." Lights come on, cleaner comes out, in all of her elderly glory, and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it is time to go."
I will say though, speaking like of New Orleans strip clubs, that I've seen some of the most impressive feats of acrobatics in my life at New Orleans strip clubs.
No, for me, it was Miami. That's where the impressive feats came in. King of Diamonds.
I'm not much of a feet man myself. I'm more of a booty and butt man.
Oh, you!
I knew it was coming. The second that one of you said feats and Servo just started cackling to himself, I was like, I know where he's going with this. Oh no.
This is why we love you, Servo.
Oh, I know. I appreciate it. But I've also never been to a strip club either.
Oh man, what in the hell? Oh, I'm failing as a parent.
Yeah.
You're not my parents.
I got to get you
You
boys
could
to a
be.
strip club. You have no
I've
idea.
never had a reason to go to.
Dude,
a strip club.
Also, yeah.
All right. I got a reason.
Do you?
Yes. I need a bachelor party.
You need a bachelor party?
You're getting
Yeah.
remarried?
I could.
I'm telling Tammy.
How do you know I'm not getting remarried to Tammy?
Renewal of vows. There we go.
I don't think
Ooh,
you get a
yeah.
bachelor party for that.
God damn it! You don't tell me if I get a bachelor party or not.
You'd have to be a bachelor in order to have a bachelor party.
I mean, just technicalities and shit like that.
I mean, he could write it. He could write it into the new vows.
Who the hell is reading the bylaws except for Jono, and then he can't read, so we can't take his word for it.
God damn it.
Oh my god, I just unlocked a memory.
Yeah,
Actually, I've never been to a strip club, but I have seen a stripper do a routine. It was just at somebody's house.
And that counts.
I just remembered that.
Oh my goodness!
I count this.
It was hilarious, actually. I didn't know that it was going on. I just came into the room and I was like, "Oh, that's a fucking naked lady on top of that dude right there." It was more of a lap. It was more of a lap dance than a routine, but still.
Hello. It seems I've arrived just in time.
Yeah, basically, I was like, "Oh." And then Betsy was like, "What are we watching?" Oh,
Oh.
hilarious.
Proceeds to sit down, pull out the bucket of popcorn. Don't mind us. Keep going.
Ah, yes. Continue.
Well, speaking of doing things at people's houses.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna say, it was like in the living room. It was very apparent what was going on.
Well,
We've heard about this from them for a while, like on and off. I know there's been like little bits of rumors, but Netflix is getting into gaming.
yeah, that seems to be the idea. And they seem to be pretty serious about it too, because they've wrangled quite a few prominent people into their corner.
Yeah, which I mean, does this just mean that we basically brought Blockbuster back, but it's digital?
Well,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure as far as Netflix getting into gaming, as far as how they're gonna do it. I mean, are they just gonna be renting games a la the Blockbuster Redbox idea, or are they actually going to be producing and developing games?
That's a great question.
Because that's what I thought it meant when they were saying Netflix was getting into gaming. I didn't know they were going to go. I didn't think about the route of them actually like renting out games.
Yeah, well, originally they were wanting to do that. Like there was an article 3-4 years ago about them originally when they were setting up Netflix, how they wanted to also do video game rentals like Blockbuster did. And they were going to do it in physical discs, but of course, physical discs don't exist. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Who has
they-
drives anymore?
yeah, like especially for Netflix. Netflix became the digital streaming platform. So,
Mm-hmm.
unless they did something like a cloud-based service, like if they did something that was kind of like Game Pass or xCloud or whatever, that could be a way to do it. But
see
no,
that.
it seems like from this article they were more or less like getting developers in so they could create games off of their Netflix series, like they did the Stranger Things games that came out.
And I mean, that wouldn't be a bad step for them. I guess they want more control over their properties, which I can see that. Yeah, and I thought it would be more towards the development side because they were bringing this guy, Mike Verdu, who was like the president of augmented AR and VR at Facebook. So that's what led me to believe that maybe they were going to do more developing instead of renting.
I'm trying to even think of other Netflix like properties that they would be able to make video games off of, though. Like I
Death
guess
Note?
Other than Stranger Things,
get the fuck out of here. you get right the fuck out of here. Netflix doesn't deserve to touch that anymore. Yeah, other than Stranger Things, like a lot of their stuff is like rom-com or just like regular sitcom kind of TV things. I guess like Sabrina would count as something that they could maybe do something with. There's a bunch of like Korean horror like shows that Netflix has done, like Home Sweet Home, that's really good, that they probably could pull something from. Maybe the Army of Darkness or Army of the Dead or whatever, that one movie that came out that I still have yet to see, that I've heard good things about.
well, you know, they also did their slew of anime also.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. What was it, Seven Deadly Sins?
Yes.
They could do that, yeah.
Seven Deadly Sins, Yasuke, and just some of the properties that they've made for Netflix.
Could be
See
interesting.
those. There's potential here.
Oh, you're right, Castlevania, but I don't think they would have the rights to make a Castlevania game for Netflix, though.
Right.
But then again, you know, the rights belong to Konami, who doesn't make video games anymore, so
Yeah, right.
It definitely
Maybe.
could, yeah. Could you imagine like like a cell shaded, like, you know, anime looking Castlevania?
would be interesting. I mean, we've had our share of very, very different Castlevanias. Look at Lords of Shadow.
Yeah.
Also true.
Could be wonderful.
So there's potential. There's potential here.
I think they are. I think we just have to see where this goes as far as what they're going to do with it.
Mm.
And then once they figure that out, then it probably give us a better idea.
We'll have to see where they're gonna go with it, though.
Yeah.
I'm interested. More or less, I'd like to see just like a open world Stranger Things game, just hanging out in the world there. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah. I'd be here for that.
You just play as Will and you cry in the Upside Down the whole time.
Poor Will. Guys, I just want to play D&D.
I feel so bad because like his character should be one of the main characters, but he just gets shit on every season in the worst
man.
ways.
Yes.
Just it feels
Oh,
so
man.
bad.
I mean, tell him to stop being such a little bitch. Maybe the fucking thingamajiggy won't come for him anymore.
No, he's the key to everything. Which I guess if they just killed him, they'd be done with. But
Yeah, there you go. Kill him.
that's right, murder your friend.
No, don't murder your friend. Jesus. Well, speaking of murdering your friend,
Good transition.
Yeah, please tell me how that one goes.
Well,
You're
Valve
gonna
is
have to over the
announcing-
price point.
Yeah. Well, the price point. Well, shit. I mean,
The price,
thinking
the
about it.
entry level price point isn't bad, but for the one that you would actually want to get, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't seen the news, Valve is announcing a Stream Deck, which would be a Nintendo Switch-like PC that can play all of Steam games.
Mm-hmm. Which
Steam Deck.
Yeah,
There's-
Steam
there's-
Deck, not Stream
Steam
Deck.
Deck. My bad. Steam Deck.
Yeah, there is an asterisk there because people have been kind of cracking into the hardware specs, and some of the less optimized stuff and much more graphically intensive stuff. Not many people are convinced right now that it's going to handle it very well at all.
But can it run Crisis?
The original, yeah, why not?
Probably.
Your toaster can run Crisis now.
There's also been a lot of like talk with the system itself. So it looks exactly like a Nintendo Switch. It looks like the Switch Pro that Nintendo should have given us, but instead we got the OLED system that no one asked for.
Yay.
The way that this is set up is that you can put it down onto an actual like dock and connect it to a screen or whatever. You can also use a mouse and keyboard with it. You can use a regular controller with it instead of the peripherals that they have on there. It's got input for like touchpad sensitivity. The system looks decent on the outside so far. They've kind of dug into it to where like you can also emulate a bunch of stuff on there. You can actually download emulators. You can access your actual desktop onto it. So with virtual machines like we were talking earlier, guess what? This not Nintendo system can emulate and play Nintendo games on it. You can only play Ocarina of Time on one of the two systems. Choose wisely.
Yeah, kind of a no-brainer.
But now Steam has tried to enter this with a console genre, console war, I guess, before. Didn't they release a Steam console?
Yes, so they released the Steam console, and it wasn't actually a console. It was them selling you a computer that only could run Steam. And it was basically their like unveiling of Steam Big Picture mode, which is just like full screen. You can access everything just using a controller instead of a mouse and key kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, they also
Link.
released. Yeah, they also released the Steam Link, one of these. Literally have one under my desk.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure a lot of us just have them, and they are all very much just paperweights.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they were very disappointing immediately.
Yeah. I did get some use out of the Steam Link, and I could potentially see myself setting up something in the future, but the problem of it is just, yeah, all the heavy lifting's done by your PC, and it's very dependent on your home network connection, which ain't that big of a deal these days, but it was so limited in everything that it could do. The streaming throughput, you could have the most beast mode network, but it was still 1080 at 30 at best, like on a good day. And it didn't handle it.
2 solid like sets of uses out of it, one of which got completely negated by the Fire Sticks coming out. I was able to run Plex on it, so I was able to stream any of my movies that I had on my computer onto the Steam Link, and I was able to connect it to the living room instead of my bedroom and play like party games on it, so like Jackbox or something. Kind of a use, yes, but it never had like its light of day like they wanted it to.
Agreed.
Such disappointment.
This time around, provided you can even get one, because if I'm not mistaken, aren't pre-sales already sold out?
They're not sold out already. You can still pre-order. If I'm not mistaken, let me.
I thought they had a massive upmark on eBay or something.
Yeah, well, people are already selling confirmed. Steam gave you the option. Valve gave you the option to put in a $5 deposit on Steam to have a chance to get the first distribution availability of them.
Yep.
and people are selling confirmed confirmed deposits that will get in on the first wave for like $4,000.
Yeah, I'm still able to pre-order on the main page right now. The first two are set for Q2 of next year, and the 512 gigabyte one is set for Q3 of next year. And you get an exclusive carrying case with it.
Oh my
and
God.
a virtual keyboard theme.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Right. To its credit, though, I mean, I will give it, from everything that I've seen thus far, it's nice. It's a nice, on the go sort of solution. The fact that you can tie it into your home network for the heavy lifting, games as well. You can still use it to screen mirror your desktop, which is nice. It's like, oh, you're playing something really intensive. Yeah, somebody was even pointing out, games that are very controller specific, like Final Fantasy 14, and I'm bringing that up again. But somebody was like, well, yeah, have Final Fantasy 14 on the go. I'm like, okay, I could see that for your like Hades, or something fun you could play on PC with a controller, or prefer to play with a controller. Generally speaking, you could have it on the go now, which kind of nice.
I haven't thought about this until just now, but it could be used in place of buying a second PC for a dual PC setup for streaming.
Ah.
Because you would just need to capture it through a capture card.
Mm.
And it would be its own dedicated PC that's running just the game itself.
I'm intrigued. That is plausible.
Now, I've seen that there's a couple of major games that it won't play because Valve is going to be using a Linux-based software system.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they specifically name a few games like Destiny 2, Apex Legends, PUBG, Smite, Fall Guys, Black Desert Online. They like specifically name those, and it says it has something to do with the anti-cheat software used on those games.
Yeah. The anti-cheat software fucks up a lot of like uses with a lot of different systems. It's a good thing and a bad thing most of the time.
So it's making a lot of major titles not compatible with the Steam Deck.
Which
All
means
that really needs
no
to
more
happen.
Fortnite.
I was gonna say, I mean, all that really needs to happen there to make that is just have them release a Linux build of it, or at least a utilize a Linux capable anti-cheat software, and then just port the code to Linux. It's not impossible, but the onus is on the developers for that one, not Valve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Destiny doesn't run onto it. They've got that thing running on Stadia. It's gonna run on like most things. There was a period of time when you can access like Destiny through remote play through your phone.
Yeah.
Good old Google Stadia, the child we forgot we left in the basement.
Oh, Stadia. But yeah, no, it looks promising so far. I want to see more about it, and I want to see more hands-on with it.
Yeah.
But it could potentially be really neat. It could be the first actual decent PC console thing that we've gotten. Rather than when they're releasing those SteamOS boxes.
We're going to have to finagle the price, though.
I don't know.
I mean,
Dependent, it's like the price is warranted for like what it does, I guess. But I mean, yeah, it could be cheaper. But it's giving you like a dedicated smaller end PC basically.
I was gonna say like Apple tried to do with the Mac Mini.
Oh, I thought you meant what Apple tried to do with the Apple gaming TV thing.
Well, see, nobody talks about that.
Maybe they should.
Yeah, they should, so these companies learn their lesson to stop doing it.
That's right. Tell them what's up.
I'm still so worried about New World because of Amazon in the same boat. Game looks so good,
sure
but
it'll be okay.
I don't know. Amazon keeps releasing things and then unreleasing things. Just don't want it to be Crucible all over again.
Oh my
Dear
god.
Lord.
Yeah.
And that's still stuck in my craw because I loved Crucible, man. I loved Crucible, and that's a sore subject for me. I freaking love that game. But damn you, Amazon.
Just some companies need to stop.
They ripped it right out of Moose's hands.
Right? Just like 2K games and Evolve, I'll never forget.
Oh my god.
Ass wipes. I haven't forgotten.
It's okay. Turtle Rock is making everything okay. Back for Blood is coming. Everything's gonna be fine. We get Left 4 Dead again.
Yeah, where the hell are the kaiju, though, David? Where's the Back for Blood kaiju? Nah.
I mean, we don't know. There might be fucking kaiju zombies in there.
That would be kind of dope. I'd
Right?
be very here for that.
Can you imagine a tank or a charger that's just the size of a building?
Can I interject something?
Yeah.
Of course.
Imagine a VR Neon Genesis Evangelion game
I like to imagine that a lot.
where you have
Right.
to defeat the angels like by piloting the robot yourself.
So I don't.
And getting yourself into awkward situations with your dad and your love interest.
I don't need VR for that.
So, I don't know if you know this.
You don't need it. You don't need it yet.
But they have an Evangelion like ride experience in Japan, just like they have a Godzilla one that's just like this too, where you go through like this like pilot training seminar kind of thing, and then you like get inside of a one of the Evas, and then you kind of like defend a town from an angel kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still up. It might have been a pop-up shop kind of thing, but it was really cool.
Do you think those ride simulators will have the same effect if they start like porting those to VR?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Like-
see why not.
I mean, the only big difference is that you don't have like a motion seat or something like
Right,
that. Like,
right.
Yet.
I was going to say, we can fix
yeah.
that.
Well,
Have your buddy just hanging out, watching the screen behind you, and have him shaking your chair while you're riding it.
like that dad had his kid in the laundry basket.
Yeah.
And he was watching the TV on the roller coaster. And he was,
Oh my god.
Yes.
Exactly like that.
that sounds like a lot of work.
I wish those experiences would port to VR, though. Because they would be one. Because there's a Godzilla one where you have to play as like humans who's trying to avoid the kaiju battle as it's taking place in Tokyo. And you're kind of like going through the city and like trying to avoid the battle as it's destroying the like buildings around you, literally.
Okay, that's
Escape
awesome.
from the city.
And then they have a Resident Evil experience one where you're playing as like an operative who's like just under a STARS agent, and you have to like go through and like take out zombies so you can get to an area kind of thing. Why don't we have fun fucking experiences in America? Jesus.
Well, they also had the Metal Gear Solid one too.
Where you crawl around in a box and then you have to deal with Otacon peeing himself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they just had they had actors posted up as guards, and they would patrol around, and you had to sneak around them and hide in boxes and stuff. Like, it was real MGS shit right there. It was awesome.
I want to do these things.
Yes.
Moving to Japan.
Serious. Let's go.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Hopping on a plane. Next podcast is taking place from Japan.
Remnant
Okay.
Kaijus. Here we come.
Yeah, you only have
Right.
to tell me once.
It may take me a little bit more convincing. I gotta tell Tammy to pack her shit.
That's fine. Just tell her exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can have that bachelor party for you.
Said and done. That's all it takes.
That's all you had to say.
Oh man. So what's
Wonderful.
going on with this this toilet? This Shrek toilet.
Oh yeah. So they decided so for Hunt Showdown, basically it's trying to think of how to describe the game, because it's kind of like a battle royale, but you pick your loadout beforehand, and you have to hunt down an objective monster, but you've also got other players in there that are trying to do the same thing, and it's kind of a last man standing sort of situation. Only two people can extract with the goodies from the monster, and if you die, you lose your character. So they released a new map for it and decided, what better Easter egg than the toilet from Shrek to throw in there, because why not?
I mean, why not?
It's because you don't stop coming, and you don't stop coming, and you don't stop coming.
Yep.
I thought it was
Now
cute. Any chance to shoehorn Shrek anything into any game will immediately have my heart. Might actually get me to go play Hunt Showdown again.
Yeah.
But it's another one of those anxiety games though, like Escape from Tarkov, where it's one of those. I'll get
a PvPvE game? Like it's PvPvE?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So there are various undead, or likewise denizens of the world that you load into. That you got to kill them along your way, and you get extra experience points. And that's another thing too, is you really don't want to lose your character, because if your character survives the hunt, any experience they gain in that match, they can get more skills, and you can bring them into another hunt. And so the onus on not dying is pretty massive.
Okay.
But yeah, you do have, the ultimate objective of each map is a PvE objective. Hunt the big baddie of the map, take its essence, find an extraction point, get out with said essence. The PvP is that there are several other teams of players that load into the map with you, trying to do the same thing, and they will kill you to do so.
I do love taking people's essence.
Right?
I took his soul.
Yeah, it's a fun game, but yeah, if you got problems with anxiety, it might not be the game for you.
Honestly, it's got Shrek in it. That's more than enough for me.
Yeah, I was gonna reinstall it to go find the sacred toilet.
I love when they add Shrek into games. Just
Exactly.
randomly. Like changing out bosses in Dark Souls to Shrek, or changing out the Frost Giants in Skyrim to Shrek. It's always good.
Exactly.
It's always a good time.
I couldn't agree more. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little hat tip to one of the greats. Smash Mouth, of course, not Shrek.
Okay, just to be clear.
Shrek's one of the greats too. What are you talking about? Shrek is love.
I mean-
Shrek is life.
Fucking garbage.
Oh,
Just
hot
because he lives
takes
in the
only.
swamp.
I was just waiting. I despise Shrek and anything Shrek related.
Aw. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not trying to yuck your yum, as they say. I just don't like Shrek. That's
As,
Sorry.
as who says what?
Where did this come from?
What do you mean? Where did this come from? What you guys aren't on that internet thing?
No, I guess not.
Not on the Yum Yuckers initiative, no.
That's the phrasing. So just live it, love it, learn it.
Yuck your yum.
Yum, there's a bunch of yum yucking fools up in here.
That's right.
I think I'm retitling the podcast for today to the Yum Yuckers.
Right. Screw that. We're renaming the whole podcast.
Welcome to the Remnant Yuckers.
Oh,
Amazing.
I'm comfortable with that name.
Would you rather it be the Yuck Yum Gamers?
Ooh.
No.
I kind of would.
It's got yum right in the title. That means we're delicious.
Does it?
I don't see why not.
Sounds creepy as fuck. That's all.
So anyway, transition.
Bwa-na-na-na-na-na.
Is that the transition sound?
Yes.
Great,
It's also
that's way easier.
It's also my imitation of the sound when you transfer from the light world to the dark world in Link to the Past.
I thought that was boom.
That was even better. That was actually really good.
That was actually really close. Like you said it, and I actually saw it happening.
Your vision started getting wavy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was like, oh shit, not again.
I'm a bunny again. Fuck.
No!
Alright, so what's going on with the military?
Oh,
So what better way? Have you ever just been in an argument with somebody and you know you're right, but you really wanted to drive home the fact that you were right, so you decided to cite your source by disclosing confidential military information to prove a point
All the
online to
time.
somebody?
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be more right.
So that's essentially what this guy did. And son of a gun.
Oh no, they're after him now.
Pretty much, yeah, they're trying to silence me. So it was on the War Thunder forums, which War Thunder, TLDR, what it is, you fight around in tanks and planes.
Yeah, it was like the
and
tank battle game or some shit that I see advertisements for all the time.
right.
That's World of Tanks. But War of Thunder is very much like that. They just add more vehicles.
Yeah, and
Just
air
things.
support. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of stuff. But so the developer of War Thunder had released the Challenger 2 tank into the game.
Mhm.
And this guy was like, that's not how the tank is built. And he was part of the
I like
part
that
of
you completely encompassed his accent into it.
That's not how that's made.
'Cause you know he sounds like that.
Yeah, so he's I don't know if he was a current or former member of the Royal Tank Regiment in the United Kingdom, but as part of his stature within the Royal Tank Regiment, he had access to the Challenger 2 blueprints. So what better way to say you guys are wrong than to show them the classified blueprints for the Challenger 2 by posting it on the public War Thunder forums to prove his point.
Some people are a special form of stupid.
Yeah. I mean, oh my god, I can't even formulate the words. It's
There's absurd, and then there's this. Like, why did he think at any point this was a good idea? I was reading the story before I posted it, and I was just like, what?
and I mean, even if they did get it wrong, did you ever think that maybe they did it purposefully so they wouldn't like reveal the type of tank that it is, or anything that's classified about the tank, the way it looks or something?
Probably not. It probably has more to do with the fact that the developers don't have access to the classified files to make the tank exactly the way that it is.
Yep.
That's exactly it. They based things that they don't have access to knowledge of off of the best estimates, and they will only take declassified documentation as a valid source. for when they actually do implement something into their game.
Oh
And
boy.
so-
But hey, now they can sit back, relax, and make it exactly the way that it was meant to be.
Yeah. Good on them though, because they did receive essentially a cease and desist from that division, and they were just like, yeah, it's a classified document, and we just don't accept that as a valid source of information, because who knows? And then they just brushed it the hell away from them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, smart.
Did they also send this man a cease and desist for existing on the internet?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I almost guarantee it.
Yeah, he got a reprimand. It was it was essentially equivocal to a stern talking to and re-education. So he didn't get too much out of it, but
See, I like to imagine the stern talking to and re-education took place in front of the barrel of a tank. What better way to re-educate on the severity of not publishing classified tank information than while staring down the barrel of a tank?
I see nothing wrong with this. Oh yeah, no, just he's a special breed of nerdy boy.
Yeah.
It's an extra layer of idiot.
Well, actually, let me tell you.
Dude
That's
wanted
not
to be
the
right
right
so
word.
fucking bad.
Yeah. Just blew my freaking mind.
Just wow.
Sometimes you just gotta prove people wrong.
Yeah. The term by any means necessary exists for a reason.
You tell him, man.
Exactly.
You go get him.
I'm still looking through this
Okay.
Final Fantasy 14 cookbook or 15
Yeah.
cookbook.
Yeah, you tell them. Let them come get you.
Yeah. You tell them. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Doesn't have anything to do with me.
Right. You leave me out of it.
Okay, I think that was our last one. Anybody else have anything that didn't make the list?
Oh god, I did, and I need to write these things down beforehand because I always forget them by the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Every fucking time. No, I do. Okay. Did anybody also see the trailer for Nickelodeon Super Smash Bros?
Oh yes.
Yes.
I am absolutely in. It looks ridiculous, and I'm waiting on Doug Dimmadome to be a part of the Smash roster.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He
Yeah,
will be
SpongeBob
the
main
ultimate.
day one.
Nah, fuck that. Nigel Thornberry, day one, all day. Nobody is smashing like he does.
Yeah.
Although Danny Phantom did present some pretty interesting abilities too. And of course Invader Zim.
Also, yeah, I'm probably going Zim.
And it looked like there was a down B where Patrick turned into an ice cream cone and then like down smashed. Kind of seemed interesting. But no,
Yes.
Nigel Thornberry all day. I don't even think they showed anything that he did, but the fact that he's in that game means that I'm maining him.
Yeah, it's worth by itself.
It took me a second of thought too, and I was like, man, why did they put Reptar in this game instead of any of the kids? And then I was like, oh, they probably don't want a game where you're punching babies in the face, huh?
Why not?
Just a
Anybody? Just somebody want to leave? Nobody want to leave me hanging here? Like,
I mean, y'all already know I slap a kid for a PS5, so it's just. I mean, we've gone through that time and time again.
They went as far as putting Helga into there, which I guess is about as young as they're probably going to allow.
Who else is in there?
Powder toast, man.
yo,
Oh, that would be great.
I would love that.
So
I can tell
far,
you,
The roster is
There's someone who's very excited about that.
SpongeBob, Patrick, Danny Phantom, Invader Zim, Nigel Thornberry, one of the monsters from All Real Monsters. I don't remember her name. Oblina. Yeah. My brain is forgetting people. There's someone who I don't know from some newer Nick show on there. Looked like an edgy goth girl with an umbrella that shoots stuff. Unfamiliar.
Oh yeah, fuck Nugget McGee.
That's the one.
I should know. I feel like I should know who that is.
Unsure who that is.
Fuck Nugget McGee.
No, just edgy. As soon as you just say, "Oh yeah, edgy goth girl," I'm like, I should already know who this is.
Oh yeah. She's
And
from like Danny Phantom or something.
she didn't look like Danny Phantom, because I would recognize that. Honestly, I also kind of curious if they're gonna add Donnie Thornberry in there, because I just want him to fucking I want him to shout a bunch of gibberish and then just go ape shit and beat the hell out of somebody.
That would be freaking awesome.
I'm pretty sure that's the whole roster so far. It was very short. It was like 6 or 8 people that they've announced.
Does that leave room for DLC?
You're damn right.
That's just the announced so far. They said they're going to be announcing more people as part of the main game. Just, I want Doug Dimmadome or even Cosmo and Wanda.
Yeah.
Like they
Wouldn't
kind of make
Cosmo and
sense.
Wanda be OP?
Yeah, exactly.
Potentially.
I mean, they don't
Ten-
have to be.
And so technically, like Danny Phantom's OP as well, compared to everyone
Yeah.
else so far in the roster. He's the only one with powers.
Seems that way, yeah.
Compared to Nigel Thornberry, who's just a dude with a big nose who constantly gets
Very
lost.
Powerful nose though.
It is.
Yeah.
That sniffer is very strong.
That's where his power comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had though. Was just kind of hype for Nicktoons Battle Royale All Stars Super Smash Bros.
That is definitely a worthwhile game to keep an eye out for. Like, even if it ain't even that great of a Smash game, it's still gonna be just fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, they could include any single person from like SpongeBob and just keep adding SpongeBob characters, and it would be an actual fighting game roster.
I mean,
Like-
geez, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy all are already in it. So
Was Sandy in it?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing Sandy.
yeah.
Oh, is that her name? Lucy Loud? Okay.
Hmm.
From Loud House?
Sure.
From what?
Loud House.
Loud House?
Yeah. The kid with white hair that grows up with like 7 of his sisters.
You got me.
Yeah.
This sounds
Do
like
not
a
know.
lot of animes that I've watched.
Yeah.
And yeah, all of his sisters have different personalities. He's the only boy.
Yep. Sounds like a lot of animes and a lot of Oni-chan.
God.
Stuck in the washing machine, Desu.
Oh yeah, they also have Leo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They only added one of the turtles in there.
All right.
DLC, baby.
I'm sure the other 4 are just costumes.
Probably. But they all have different fighting styles.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Raphael's the rude, crude, pizza-eating dude. Like, you gotta have that different.
but
I
it'll be
mean-
like
I
down
mean-
attack, forward attack, up attack, like the just different animations.
Ref-
It's not really that big of a deal.
Ref and Leo have very similar weapons and fighting style. Like Donnie's got a complete different because he's got a bow staff.
Yeah.
I guess Michelangelo with nunchucks would also be different, but
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
All I care about is one of the levels better be fucking I wanna play that so bad.
Yes.
uh,
Oh.
I saw the only level that I wanted to play on, which is the Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah, that.
They showed that in the trailer, and I was like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Although people were memeing about it already, and they're saying that one of the levels should be riding atop of David Hasselhoff's back from the SpongeBob movie.
From SpongeBob, yeah.
I'm so here for this.
Or
That'll be like Final Destination.
Yeah.
You fight the Nickelodeon, the orange foot.
yeah. I was thinking like one of the levels is just the underwater level, and you're avoiding the giant boot the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's so much that they could do with that game.
Can we get Summer Sanders to like be the announcer voice for the game?
That would be pretty funny.
No, anyone else have anything else exciting?
Nope. Pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, good night, guys.
Oh wait! I got people to thank. So, at the end of every Remnant Gamer stream, we like to thank the people that make this happen for us and allow us to make this happen for you and stuff and diatribe. Name of peoples as the start of this stream. Those are a word string that work together. We got subscribers. Blast SC2, thank you. Acoth, Good King 86, Love, and Nobu Go Zero. Nobu. Thank you all so much for subscribing to the Remnant Gamers, and we encourage anyone else, if you want to support your hopefully favorite podcasters, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, send me $400 so I can buy me a Steam Link. What the hell is that thing called?
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. But yes, that's the thank yous.
All right. So what do you guys got coming up this week?
Getting back to Minecraft on Monday with Jack, more than likely doing yet another Parsec stream. This time, from what I understand, I think it's going to be Dead by Daylight. So that should be interesting, and it's not going to be with Jack, it's going to be with Batsy. So that's going to be really fun.
Boy, that's going to be a time.
Like it.
Oh yeah. She hasn't even agreed to it yet, so that we'll see.
She will. She absolutely will.
Getting back to Pokemon Sword, I just beat the Dragon Gym, so I'm working on finishing the game.
You're close to the end.
Very close. And then I got to do the DLC, so that'll be a good time. And then Sector Smash finally returns after 2 weeks off. It's gonna be another King of the Hill style, where we're now, instead of doing like the pre-scheduled matches, it's all where you join in live queues, you get to battle as many times as you want, and people who stick around the longest get to potentially get more points. So it's a pretty good time. And then of course the belt is still active, so someone gets to challenge the champion at the end of the night. And yeah. So yeah. That's
Belts, you say.
Right?
Yes. The title belt.
As soon as you said it was a King of the Hill style, I was like, I want dibs on Boomhauer.
That's fine. I'd rather be Dale anyway. Pocket sand. Shika shika.
Jono Moose, Survivor Boys.
Yeah,
we're gonna survive, and we're gonna be boys.
These are both true statements.
What we may end up playing one of a few games. One of which I sent Moose the other day. It's a newer game. It's kind of based around like Phasmophobia, but it's called Ghost Hunter Corpse. You go into an area. Plays just like Phasmophobia. You kind of like locate where the ghost is and everything, and then you have to go through the process of exorcising it. So
Yeah,
you get
put
to
it on
play.
you put it on the Nordic track, and and just say really nice things to it to keep it encouraged.
God damn it. So you play Phasmophobia and also Ghostbusters at the same time. I've seen neat stuff about it, so I'm interested in playing it.
Yeah.
But what about the dead bodies?
What about the dead bodies?
You said it's called Ghost Hunter Corpse.
Yeah.
So it's a dead body of a ghost hunter?
Yeah. So you have to salt it, you gotta rub it, you gotta season it a little bit.
Smack it, flip it, rub it down.
Marinate it.
Yeah.
48 hours? Yeah.
Making a jerky out of them?
And then you get the beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey.
You name it.
Lord, your name!
Oh, I love that woman so much.
Oh my god. That's Mello, who we think we rated one time. That's his Birdie Bot's bean sound effect.
Oh my god. That's
It's
great.
hilarious.
So yeah, that might end up being what Survival Boys is this week. We also have another announcement that we can make that we forgot to make last week.
Oh yeah, we can.
That we posted on social media already.
Yeah.
Yay.
But I'm not going to.
Oh,
Keep him in suspense.
That's right. You want to know something? Well, too fucking bad.
Go check our social media if you want to know what it is. The big time announcement.
No, but seriously, if you guys are in the Tampa area, the end of the month, we will be at Tampa Bay Comic Con. What days? When we're gonna be there the weekend, but
It's the 29th, 30th, and 31st is the weekend of the convention.
I don't think it works that way. I thought it was the 30th, 31st, and the 1st.
Excuse me.
I think you're both right.
Yes, you're right. It's the 30th.
We're gonna be there for a while, so we'll just that
It's Friday,
weekend.
Saturday, and Sunday.
That weekend we'll be there. If you're in Tampa, say hi. If you're at the con, come stop by the panel. If not, then we're just gonna wreak havoc over the rest of the city.
That's right.
I
You
won't
enjoy
be
wreaking
involved
havoc.
with that havoc. No.
That's bullshit. You're gonna be
You will
like
find-
the lead person wreaking havoc.
No. I would be the first one to get arrested. And
If you want to follow me, I can get you into the penguin enclosure. Not legally. I'm gonna break in. I'm gonna go to the Tampa Bay Aquarium and break in and hang out with the penguins. Y'all can just leave me there.
as I
That's-
said,
That's
I'll
fine.
pass.
I'm gonna hug a shark. That's it. That's how I'm going out.
So I guess it'll be me and Servo next Sunday.
Okay.
So if you didn't know, there's more than likely also not going to be a podcast at the end of the month for this month.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
we all will be in Tampa at the time.
We'll be in Tampa. So yeah, as Jono said, if you're going to Tampa Bay Comic Con, stop by our panel. So you want to stream video games, we'll be teaching streaming setup 101 for anybody who may have barriers or
Maybe you're
anything
just
that's
interested.
preventing. Yeah, if you're interested, want to know some technology or things that you can pick up and set up and those likes to get you started in streaming.
Or if you
Yeah.
just want to stop by and hang out, we'll sign your ankles.
That too. Outside of ankle.
Or if you just want to see
Yeah.
me with a really cool mustache.
Two or three.
Oh man, I forgot that you're gonna be shaved for that. It's gonna be so weird. Oh, I can't wait. We will be recording everything that we do throughout the weekend as well, and be posting up videos on YouTube. Probably gonna get maybe solid like 3 different videos out of this, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, or we'll get kicked out of Tampa. Either way.
And
Either way, it's a good time.
if everybody's available this Friday, possibly some Uno is on the dock.
I can get naked on Friday.
No,
Right?
that's not what I said. That is not at all what I said.
But it's what you meant, and we all know it. So that's happening.
Nowhere-
Nudity on Friday.
Nowhere close
Sorry,
to
do
what I
you
meant.
do you not play strip Uno?
No, I do not play strip Uno.
Oh.
And we especially don't stream strip Uno.
I mean, as long as you're wearing tassels and the sock, it's fine.
In elephant bikini trunks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And just put a Pringles can over it.
I don't think it's big enough.
Just tape 2 Pringles cans onto it. I don't know. Shit.
That might work.
He meant the width.
The girth.
The maximum girth.
It's like a oatmeal can.
It's like you gotta use like the hole in the ring light every time.
Incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah. That's why they
You
call
know,
it the Punisher.
that actually reminded me today. I was walking out of the springs. I was fully geared up, wetsuit, BCD, all my scuba gear on. I literally had just come out of the water, and I was walking out, and there was a lady standing there in line as I was walking back out to the parking lot. And she goes, "Wow." She goes, "You look really." I mean, it was like fucking 95 degrees outside today.
Mhm.
So I'm like sweating bullets. As soon as I got out of the water, she's like, "Wow, you like look really hot in that." And I was like, "Imagine what I look like without the gear on." I just kept walking too. I didn't even wait for a reaction. I just kept going.
Servo, I love you. You're the best.
No
It
kidding.
was primo phrasing. I was like, "Oh, I got to."
Yes.
Solid
You don't-
took
you don't get
advantage.
those kind of opportunities every day. That being said, if you have enjoyed our broadcast this evening, be sure to check out the podcast recordings on the podcast provider of your choice: Apple, Google, Deezer, Buzzsprout. Fucking, it doesn't matter. Just click on anything that says podcast, and you'll probably find us on there. If you don't, then email us at the website. remnantgamers.com. You can find all of our contact information, our streams, and all that kind of shit, as well as links to some of our affiliates, such as No Name Nerd, and where you can use code RMNTGMRS, Remnant Gamers without the vowels,
Nailed it.
to get yourself a nice little discount on some pretty cool designs that both we put together or maybe your own.
Yep.
Any final words?
I don't like the way you asked that.
Hey,
The reason I asked it that way is because the only person I see online right now is the same person that we rated last week, and that is Batsy, and she's playing Outlast yet again, and I can literally hear her screaming from the other room. So it's gonna be a good time.
Lo's been watching old Survival Boys on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
It's great.
So I'm gonna initiate the raid right now. If you guys would please stick around for the raid. Usually we don't do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it up this time. If you would use the Phoenix gang as your little spam, go ahead and throw that in chat. If you got the emotes, you can emote it up. I'm actually going to
Venus Gang Gang!
I was gonna say I need to resubscribe. Oop. And yeah, I think that's it. Everybody say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
arrivederci.
We will see you all next week. Be good or don't get caught doing it.
Love.
Servo with the arrivederci.
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 Bye.